All right, I've had enough. I quit. I am no longer doing Big Agent Meeting on Fridays at 11 a.m. every Friday like I've been doing for the last 4 years. I'm done. I quit. I'm over it. That's because we're sticking our crap in our Wii Hall and we're moving it to Wednesday at 11 a.m. So, Big Agent Meeting now, Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Tune in. See you soon. Good morning and welcome to the Big Agent Meeting. My name is Russ Legg and I will be your host today. In today's show, we are taking you behind the scenes and showing you exactly what's happening across a brokerage. Here on the Big Agent Meeting, our goal is to give you the tactical tools, the sharp mindset, and the real-time resources every single week to help your business thrive in absolutely any market, including the one you're in today. So we've got a stacked show for you today. So let's not waste any time. Let's take a quick look at what's coming up today. First off, we have CTO Carrie Lysenko. She's going to be jumping in for Tech Talk, talking about EXP Hub. You're going to want to make sure you see that. Then we're going to kick it over to Brokerage Brief with the one and only Holly Mabery, followed up then by, I can't wait to see this segment, Nor Marzouk is going to be giving us an update on what's going on from the marketing team. They've got a bunch of stuff you need to look at. And finally, we are going to end with one of our partners, EXP solution partners, eCommissions. You're going to want to make sure you stay tuned for the whole show. So let's kick things off with our first segment today. Carrie, take it away.
Thanks, Russ. I'm so excited to be back here on Big Agent Meeting. I'm Carrie Lysenko. I'm your Chief Technology Officer. And I want to do a little bit of a reminder for those agents who already know about the Hub, but an introduction for those agents who haven't set up their profile yet. So I'm just going to pull up the Hub right now. Here's my account. You'll land on the homepage. If you go to hub.exprealty.com and you haven't logged in, it will prompt you to enter your exprealty.com agent email. Please do that. You'll get a one-time password to set up your account, and then you're in. You're into all of our EXP Community Hub has to offer. You'll land here on kind of the main screen in your news feed. You can add stories. You can see my little avatar there. We've also got streaming, and it gives you some of the trending topics that we have going on here right now in the Hub. Please do set up your profile, because as I want to remind all of you that our Slack accounts are being sunset as of July 1st, 2026. So that's right. If you attempt to go into your Slack account, it will no longer be there, because we've moved all of those groups and all of those channels and all of that great conversation into the Hub. So again, that's hub.exprealty.com. Set up your account. If you're using a mobile device, as I know you all do, you're all on the go. If you go to hub.exprealty.com on your mobile device, you will get prompted either to download an app to your Android device or download an app to your iPhone. I do encourage you to do that. It'll build right into your notification systems within your smartphone device, and it'll make it even that much easier to stay connected on the go. So a couple of things that I just want to point out. Right here, we've added a few new additional buttons to have easy access to some of our features in the Hub. So right here, we have our App Store. If you go to the Discover panel, this is your one-stop shop for all the great things we have here at EXP. We've got toolkits, we've got EXP University, we've got DialSafe, which is important for those who are obviously doing outbound calls to their clients. We've got all kinds of great stuff in here, global referral platform, the luxury presentation creator. So please do check out the App Store. You can save apps to your My Apps for easy access. Here I've got a whole bunch in here. And these are great ways to have quick access to all the things you need to run your business here at EXP. In ways to get even faster access to some of those key apps and services that we offer, My EXP is right here on your left-hand navigation. You can click on that. It'll launch into My EXP. We've got Sisu added here. So for those who are running their business and setting up their goals and productivity in Sisu, that easy access is also here. And then SkySlope. Of course, SkySlope, if you're uploading a transaction. So we've made those kind of quick access buttons really easy for you here on the left-hand navigation. Again, we just want to encourage you all to go in and set up your account here at the Hub. We can't wait to meet you and talk to you. You can access any of the staff members. You can find me in the Hub as well as Russ. I know you're in the Hub. So you can outreach to any of us here on the staff team at EXP to continue to support you. But again, this is really built by EXP for EXP for our community here at the Hub. So thanks so much again. Join the Hub now and set up your account. Your Slack accounts will be sunsetted as of July 1.
All right. Thank you, Carrie. I love having you on the show. We're looking forward to having you on the show on a more regular basis. So thank you for that. Also, keeping your finger on the pulse of what's happening behind the scenes at the brokerage level is absolutely essential in staying ahead of your business. Joining us next to give us the critical industry operation updates, we have the one and only, throw it over to Holly Mabery for your brokerage brief. Take it away.
It has been an incredibly busy week. So last week I was in Washington, D.C. for the Realtors legislative meetings. And this week we had the Road to Housing Act. It actually passed out of Congress. And what's so exciting about it is this was such a huge piece of legislation, one of the biggest impacting housing in probably the last 60 years. What I want you to know about it is, one, I thought it was kind of cool what ROAD actually means, reducing obstacles, allowing development. Now, because we are short about 4 million units across the US, that shortage has definitely driven up prices. It's caused inventory issues and many more things. The legislative purpose of this bill was to see if we couldn't redefine or eliminate some red tape and what that would look like. The core pillars of it go across economic growth, community development, and improving housing supply through these policy changes. Now, a lot of the policies are really behind the curtain. You and I wouldn't see that walking down the street. It's going to be everything from eliminating red tape to allowing cities, municipalities, even tribes to have access to funding, streamline some EPA requirements that would allow housing to move a little bit faster and be more effective. And one of the things that we know is the cost to build has gone up substantially. And I'm not just talking about material cost. It's also the cost to break ground, permits, reviews, all of those things. And it's gone up about 5% in the last 5 years. What's so interesting though, all of those fees, mainly local. And so when I looked at the Road to Housing bill, I'm so excited for it because of what it could do. However, there are some things that I just want to make you aware of. Now, first and foremost, this passed out of Congress with a huge bipartisan support, 358 to 32, which was tremendous. We haven't seen legislation like that in a while. But the president stopped short of signing the bill immediately when it was delivered to his desk. And this is where, for all of you who grew up with Schoolhouse Rock like I did, yeah, I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. This is what's going to happen. From the time it hits the president's desk, which was June 24th, the president has 10 days basically to veto the bill. Now, if Congress goes on recess at any point before July 4th, that's what's known as a pocket veto. Basically, the president doesn't have to do anything. The bill would just die on its own, and it would have to come back next legislative session, which would be 2027, when we have a new Congress in place. And the odds of that, we don't know. So right now, it's a little bit of playing chicken with the train, if you will. The Trump administration, they want this other bill to come forward. Congress has got this sweeping legislation that they've moved through. They're saying, hey, we crossed the finish line. Go ahead and kick the extra point. And we'll see what the president does. But what I want you to know is if Congress doesn't declare an official recess before July 4th, this bill will pass. If they do, It's considered a pocket veto and the president doesn't have to do anything. Now, I'm going to go forward on the assumption that this bill is going to go forward. Too many people are wanting this. It's a benefit for everyone. And really, the Trump administration has been a proponent of housing. That's what they've said for the last 6 months, really working with the National Association of Realtors. So let's talk about the benefits of the bill, because at the end of the day, what you and I need to know is how this could benefit our clients, how we proactively protect them, and have better conversations. And so this is where I get excited for our first-time home buyers. This bill does expand down payment assistance for homes that are currently under construction. It includes that. It also, for that residential resale. And this is where you look at the Home Investment Partnership Program. If you're working with a first-time home buyer right now, definitely reach out to their lender. Ask them what this looks like should the housing bill go forward and be signed by the president or get through this pocket veto period. And what would it take for your buyer to get those funds? Also, we're looking at the income eligibility that's being raised, the area of median income, opening the door for more middle income buyers, which I'm really excited about, and raises the home price limit. So when you start to think about what this does for buyers, it gives them more flexibility, not only in down payment assistance, tax credits, but also it simplifies those processes, which is really exciting. Then you go on to new construction opportunities. And for builders, this is going to be huge because the environmental review process is a bit more streamlined when we look at projects getting approved. So local governments can get grants to pre-approve ADUs or auxiliary dwelling units, those in-law setups or guest houses that could go on the back of properties, which is so huge. Also looking at duplexes and townhome designs. And this is what has happened. The government has basically said, we're going to pre-approve this design and you can rinse and repeat it. It's already met all the standards from building code and you can go ahead and implement this. What's exciting about that, I was telling you just before that the cost to even break ground has gone up substantially just over the last 5 years. It's averaging about $130,000 per unit. That's a lot of money right out of the gate. But if you've got pre-approved structures or building plans, that cost comes way down. And then that's passed on to the consumer. So really excited about that. Also for manufactured homes, we're seeing some opportunities for the outdated chassis requirement on manufactured homes, lowering production costs, all of that, which is huge. Institutional investors are now banned from owning or restricted from buying single family homes. And this is huge, especially when I look at states like Georgia, especially the Atlanta metro area, where it's been such a tremendous issue because it's disproportional as far as the number of institutional investors versus the folks who actually own and live in their homes. Now, new builds can still be held for sale and not rented, and they can be purchased by institutional investors because they can, go on and use that as a model home for long-term benefit. Now, consumer impacts. This is where I get excited again, because the more inventory, this is where negotiating with builders is going to be huge. That lower barrier to entry. We've got buyers qualifying for more affordable manufactured homes, including modular, and then ADUs. When we look at properties where you could start to add ADUs or auxiliary dwelling units, in-law setups, and really have those shared resources, this becomes an opportunity for consumers to really think about their property in a different way. And what it will do long-term is really shift that idea of urban sprawl to more of a smart growth mentality. And these are baby steps. This is definitely at the federal level. What happens locally with your county planning and zoning, your city or town planning and zoning becomes more and more imperative. Now, let's talk negotiation, because this is one of the things that you and I love to do, right? Buyers with new construction, ask about interest rate buy down programs. This act supports that. And so if it passes and goes forward into law, this becomes really great negotiating. So if you got a buyer who is really excited about new construction, this is an opportunity to just leverage. Also, look at about extended rate locks for under construction. The builders have a bit more flexibility, especially because the Fed chair just today is indicating he may raise rates, or the Fed may raise rates later this year. So those rate locks are going to become really imperative. If a buyer is looking at new construction and they can get locked in on something maybe this month or early next, oh my gosh, now they can be in a better position, especially as the Fed looks to kind of combat inflation and other things going on in the market. Now, if a buyer's looking at an existing resale home, definitely that home funded down payment program is really exciting. And this is something that actually enhances what a buyer is able to do in their negotiations, and they're not limited. So talking points for buyers, we're always going to keep it simple. Talk to them about the bill that just passed and what it's designed to do in helping them, affordable ownership benefits, tax incentives. And then I definitely want you to look at FHA, manufactured homes, down payment assistance, also any of your VA buyers, which means picking up the phone and calling your lender. Look at that lender who's working with the buyers, ask them about what has changed, what they should be aware of, and how you go forward. And again, the down payment assistance, we're seeing that open up. So definitely do not promise any specific amounts of money. It's more of, hey, let's see how this fits into your total picture in your buying. Now, sellers, this is where we also kind of leverage a bit more, and we want to have that restriction for institutional investors is a big one. So if you have a market where you had a lot of investors coming in, that may no longer be a key for your seller. The seller may have to deal with a more traditional buyer, which means that buyers looking at price, terms, and the condition of the property. And the condition of the property is a make or break, like we've been talking about over the last couple of months. Buyers are willing to walk over little things like peeling paint, bad roofs, you name it. If the cosmetics aren't there, if it's not structurally sound, the buyers are out unless you come down in a steep discount. Also, be looking at the new construction. If that is really coming up in your area, again, that's going to put more pressure on our resale sellers to be more competitive, especially if they're facing rate buy downs from the builders. Is that something they should look at to entice more buyers into purchasing their home? So lots of options to consider in this way. So action items for you. Well, first, yes, we're going to go back to government civics and we're going to watch it between now and July 4th and see what happens in Washington, D.C. I also want you to contact your lenders. This is a great exercise. I love doing it every so often, maybe once a quarter, every other month, because I want to see what's changing for them, what I should be aware of, and how I can communicate that better to my clients and be proactive. The other thing is understanding what's happening in your local market. Are you seeing changes with ADUs or zoning? Is your city or town taking advantage of putting in this infill or having these opportunities come forward? And then what does it look like as far as new construction? Do you have a lot of builders? Are they offering rate buy downs? Does your seller who's a resale need to be more competitive? All of those things will go into your market analysis. It will continue to help you have better conversations with your clients and make all the difference. Guys, this summer is not one to sleep on. Yes, I'm repping Team USA today for the World Cup. I'm so excited. Go USA. I really hope you have an amazing weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you again, Holly. Great information as always. So staying informed on the market is one side of the coin, but getting your name out there and capturing market share is the other side of the coin that a lot of people struggle with. To give us the latest updates on what Brokerage has to offer, EXP's resources, and help to elevate your brand, let's check in with Noor Marzouk. Take it away, Noor.
Thanks, Russ. Hey, everyone. Noor here, VP of Marketing. 4 things you need to know right now. 2 of them have deadlines this Monday, so stay with me. First, Salt Lake City. EXPCon Salt Lake City is coming October 7th to 9th, and we're opening the Explorer Pass earlier than ever this year. So here's what that means for you. If you have an agent in your pipeline, someone you've been in a conversation with, someone who's been watching EXP and not quite made the move yet, this is your moment. You can bring them as your Explorer. The pass is free, but they need to be a licensed, active, non-EXP agent. This is one of the most powerful tools that we have at EXPCon. Last year in Miami, over 170 explorers joined EXP on site. Not eventually, but on site. So think about who's on your list right now and get them to Salt Lake City. Second, Camp Canva kicks off on July the 9th. 3 live workshops, 3 weeks in a row. Win listings, market properties, build a brand buyers and sellers actually remember. Register now at campcanva.exprealty.com and share that link with every agent on your team. This is practical, it's free, and it starts in 2 weeks. Okay, third, and this one is time sensitive. This is the last week with Slack. It's time to get into the Hub, a platform that was built specifically for you. So here's what to do this week. Register, download the mobile app, archive anything in Slack that you want to keep. Files, threads, contacts, none of it carries over. And after June 30th, it's gone. Then go in, introduce yourself in a group. That's how you find your people. And last but not least, EXPCon Calgary early bird ends June 30th. Same deadline as the Hub, so you've got one day to knock out both. Lock in your rate today because prices go up the moment that deadline hits. That's your update. Salt Lake City, who's on your list right now? Get them an Explorer Pass. Camp Canva, register, share the link, and July 9th we start. The Hub and EXPCon Calgary, 2 deadlines this Monday, June 30th. Let's go.
All right. Thank you, Nor. Incredible resources for our agents to leverage, delivered by you. Looking forward to seeing you more frequently on the show on a more regular basis coming up soon. So next up, we want to talk about optimizing your business flow. Cash flow management is a massive part of running a smooth real estate business. And today, we're actually checking in with one of our incredible EXP solution partners to show you how you can be supported on your day-to-day operations with cash flow. Let's throw it over to Dawn with eCommissions. Take it away, Dawn.
Hey, everybody. I'm Dawn Crew. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at eCommission, and I'm excited to share with you a little bit about our advanced solution. So as an agent, you close the deal, you do the work, and then you wait. You wait for your commission as your sale is pending, but your expenses don't wait. We know real estate income is lumpy. Everybody knows it, but there isn't a real solution out there in the market until now. eCommission, we're the largest commission advance provider in the country. We're trusted by over 100,000 agents, and we've been in business for more than 25 years. We get you paid before closing, same day. So for those of you who are first-time users, go to our website, eCommission.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see the Get Paid button. All you need to do is click on the Get Paid button, and you'll immediately be taken to the sign-in page or the registration page. We ask that you tell us a little bit about yourself, your real estate number, your MLS ID, and then we ask you to tell us about the property, and then you are on your way. We will take it from there. After that, you enter your transaction details. We advance up to $20,000 on a pending sale, $7,500 on an active listing. We review your deal and confirm your advance fast. You're approved pretty much within the hour, and your money hits your bank account within that same time frame. So again, no monthly payments, no personal loans. You repay automatically from your commission closing. That's it. So eCommission.com, $4 billion funded, more than 1 million advances, no holdbacks, no hidden fees. And agents who use eCommission keep their marketing running, take on more listings, and stay focused on what actually drives their business growth.
All right. Thank you, Dawn and eCommissions. There are times when you have a surprise. You got a transmission. You got a car that did something funny. You got a kid that did something funny, like broke their arm. I've seen this stuff happen all the time. So eCommissions is a great resource to have at your fingertips, just in case you need a little extra cash sooner than later. All right. So before we sign off today, I have 2 huge reminders that I need to make sure you guys write down. Number 1, if you don't already know, you need to get plugged into the Hub. Go to hub.exprealty.com immediately. Get your profile up and running. Get yourself moving in the right direction. Slack is officially going away June 30th, so you're going to want to make sure you're transitioned to Hub before that happens. And number 2, big announcement. Here we go. We are moving, jumping in our moving truck, taking Big Agent meeting to Wednesdays starting next week on July 1st, still at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. But we're going to be on Wednesdays streaming live on YouTube and eXp World. Make sure you always jump in there. And if you're in there watching us now, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you know when we're coming up next and always reminding you guys when we're on YouTube. Lastly, your information, your feedback drives our show. So make sure you scan the QR code. I hope you're liking the new format, the tweaked format a little bit better. Give us a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. Let us know how we did. And also, don't hesitate to drop a comment in there if something you liked or something you want to see different or some feedback that we can do better. Don't hesitate to let us know. We will love to see your information. So don't forget to like and subscribe, like I said earlier. And thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. iConversations coming up next. See you next week.
Following the Big Agent meeting, serious agents are coming here. KGCI streams real-world real estate strategy 24 hours a day.
Lead generation, conversion, marketing that actually works.
Take it with you wherever you go. Download the always free Real Estate On Air mobile app for iPhone and Android, available now.